Good morning, Knicks Nation. Today is Wednesday, the second day of April 2025. I hope you're safe and healthy today. I hope your family is safe and healthy and that the needs of you and your family in terms of food, shelter, clothing, as well as health are being met today. Blessings upon those that work in the healthcare field, along with the first responders who every day are doing their best to save lives. Those also that pick up garbage to keep our places clean, and those that make deliveries like mail for our convenience. Double blessings on the men and women that are out here trying to help rescue, deliver, and recover the teenagers and children that are the victims of child molestation and pedophilia. People that are also victims of pornography, child pornography, prostitution, child prostitution, human trafficking, and sex slavery. Double curses on the perpetrators, the profiteers, and those perverts that create the demands that cause these industries to exist. Finally, double blessings on the homeless. More than 600,000 men, women, children, families, senior citizens, and military veterans homeless in the United States of America. Blessings upon them, for theirs is the kingdom. Last night there was a basketball game at Madison Square Garden. The New York Knicks defeated the Philadelphia 76ers 105-91. The New York Knicks on the last three games have been holding their opponents at an average of 97 points a game. Right now, the New York Knicks are third in the East. And generally, as I said before, the differential, which Tom Thibodeau pays very close attention to for a reason, the differential generally reflects the order of the teams in the standings. So the Knicks are third in the East. They're also third in the East in terms of differential, plus 4.5 per game. They are also third in the East in opponents' points per game. They are giving up an average of 112 points per game. They are the third in the East in that regard also. So they are playing at a high level right now, and it's no coincidence that the high level of play comes as OG Anunoby is devastating the league right now with the grown-ass man energy as he did last night. And Mitchell Robinson is rounding into shape. Last night's game was kind of sloppy, actually. In fact, it was very sloppy. But there was a couple of outstanding things. Again, I mentioned Mitchell Robinson, 14 points, 14 rebounds, 4 for 4. This is Mitchell Robinson, 4 for 4 from the foul line. He also had 7 offensive rebounds. This is the guy that we know and love. This is the guy that we've been waiting for. And this is the guy that's going to continue. He's not even back all the way yet. He expects, and I expect, that he should be back by the end of the season for the playoffs. But that was huge yesterday between Mitchell Robinson, Landry Shamet, and OG Anunoby. That's the ball game yesterday. Statistically, it was much closer. Like the Knicks had 44 rebounds, Philly had 42 rebounds. The Knicks had 23 assists. Philly had 23 assists. The Knicks had 19 turnovers. Philly had 20 turnovers. Okay, so it was close. Points in the paint, Philly 52-44. But 12 for 31 from 3 for the Knicks, 39%. 6 for 31 from 3 for Philly, 19%. There's your ball game. And that, in large part, was Landry Shamet. Yesterday, the video I did yesterday, I recall telling y'all that I think Shamet's going to have a season high. The stars were aligned. He's been shooting the ball tremendously over the last 2 or 3 games, and he was going to get a lot more opportunities against Philly, a weak team. And he did, and he took advantage of it, and he scored 20 points, and it was a season high. Now, I don't expect that, neither should you, every night. That's not going to be the case. But what that does mean is the guy we signed, Landry Shamet, that the guy that hits big shots in the playoffs from 3, Landry Shamet, that's the guy we're going to have in the playoffs. That's what it means. So you're going to need some big shots in the playoffs. The playoffs, every basket is big. Every possession is big. Landry Shamet's going to be hitting them shots. So does Cameron Payne, actually. So these two guys are playoff performers, veterans, that know how to handle themselves, don't get too high, too low, steady, and they hit big shots in the playoffs. That's going to be big for the New York Knicks. And of course, Mitchell Robinson coming into his shape and getting offensive rebounds. Probably the best offensive rebounder, one of the two in the NBA, which means in the world. So those two things were pretty big. OG Anunoby is on a tear. He just is. I think 7 or 8 games now, he's getting like 25 a game. And it's the way he's doing it. Once it was indicative of the whole thing with one play yesterday. He gets the fastest steal, right? He's on the steal. He's coming down the middle of the floor. Now, Landry Shamet is standing on the three-point line, wide open. But the way OG's been playing now, I said he ain't passing that ball, and he didn't. Not only did he get to the hole, he went through some sixes, and he flushed it on him. Grown-ass man move. That's how he's been balling. And to me, that gives us hope tonight against Cleveland. Now, Brunson apparently isn't going to play. They basically said it yesterday. Brunson ain't going to play. Hart said it. And, of course, Ian Begley said it, that they're looking at the weekend for Brunson, which means it's the back-to-back Saturday, 3 o'clock at ATL against the Leprechaun, and then Sunday at home against Phoenix. That's tough back-to-back, but they're expecting Brunson back for the back-to-back. I expect all 3 guards to be back for the back-to-back. But that means tonight we're dealing with Wright, we're dealing with Shamet, we're dealing with Kolek. Now, this is the thing now. Kolek was plus 12 yesterday. And I like the heart the boy is showing. He's showing some good heart. But when he got on the floor, Quentin Grimes was licking his chops and going right at him. And Quentin Grimes ended up scoring, what did he do yesterday? Grimes ended up getting 26. He didn't shoot the ball well, but most of his scoring was when Kolek was on the floor. And that's what they're going to do in the league. They recognize a weak sheep on the defense, and they're going to attack him. Now, if Quentin Grimes on the sorry Philadelphia team is going to do that, what you think Darius Garland going to do? Or Donovan Mitchell? See? So that's our problem. That's going to be a problem. And Wright, you could see in just a few games that he's played, he's wore out already. So I'm hoping that we could get Deuce or Payne tonight. One of them. If we can get one of those 2 cats to play tonight and play, the regular minutes. If we can do that, that'll help DeLon out a lot, because now you got DeLon. DeLon plays some defense now. And so that'll help him out a lot, okay? And so we're going to need that. So, and I don't know, they haven't announced about MitchRob for tonight. In fact, let me just take a look, because they haven't announced what the situation is with him tonight. Let me see if he's on the injured list today. Let's take a look here. Karl Anthony Towns is day-to-day. No, they didn't put MitchRob on tonight. So, he hasn't played a back-to-back, and there is another back-to-back coming up Saturday, which is something we deal with the weekend. That's, for now, we're dealing with tonight. I'm thinking he could play tonight, so I don't know. We're going to see. I'm thinking MitchRob could really play tonight. Last night, he played 21 minutes, which is the season high for him. I think he could do that again. I don't think I'm pushing it. They're saying he could play. He could play tonight. We need him. That's what I'm saying. So if Cat plays, and I really feel Cat rested yesterday for the purpose of playing today. So if Cat plays today and you get Mitchell Robinson, first thing you're going to know, there's going to be a lot of minutes with Cat and MitchRob on the floor together. They ain't going to start the game. And I want to hear all y'all with your suggestions that Josh Hart don't start. Stop being stupid. Tibbs ain't going to listen to you. Tibbs do what he do. Josh Hart starting tonight. So you're going to have Cat and Josh Hart. But you're going to have a lot of minutes with Cat and MitchRob. Very important. So I'd like to see that. Then there's OG. Now, I don't think it's fair to expect OG to continue to be on this tear. But while he is, let's ride that mess. So the defense is on point. So OG would probably be guarding Evan Mobley today. Okay, he's probably going to be guarding Evan Mobley. So you got him guarding Evan Mobley. You're going to probably have Mikal guarding Donovan Mitchell, and you're probably going to have Josh guarding Darius Garland. I don't know who's going to guard Max Strus, but somebody need to be on him because he's a tremendous part of what they do in Cleveland, in that he's that spot up shooter that don't miss. So you need him. They got him, Sam Merrill, that comes in off the bench. They both can shoot the rock. So you're going to need both of them. As far as Jarrett Allen, that's going to be on Cat. Okay, and Jarrett Allen, good for Cat, ain't a three-point threat. Jarrett Allen's a straight around the basket, Richard Robinson type dude. So Cat's got to deal with him. Okay, when Mitchell Robinson's in the game, of course, MitchRob will take his lunch. But Cat will be starting. So you got to be dealing with that. It's going to be a tough game. Cleveland hasn't played since Sunday. They sitting there waiting in Cleveland for the Knicks. This is going to be a tough one for our boys. But the hope that we have is OG, because he's balling. And he's going to be tough on Cleveland or anybody that's trying to deal with him right now, because OG's on the tear. Mikal Bridges has been on the tear. Now, last night, Mikal cooled off. He was 6 of 16, but in the fourth and in the third, when we needed that, he started doing his thing again. So Mikal, I hope he's all right tonight. We don't know. It's a back-to-back, so we don't know what's going on. Mikal generally is not good second nights of back-to-backs. He don't like to miss a game because, the streak and all that. But he's generally not energetic on the second night of back-to-back. So we're going to need Mikal to step up. But OG we could count on. MitchRob we could count on. Josh Hart we could count on. These are guys we know going to show up. Precious is another big question mark. Last night, Precious played 27 minutes, was 1 for 11. He keeps shooting this left-handed mess. I don't know why, but he ain't hitting it. But he did have some big rebounds at crunch time, and that's the most important. He had 9 boards yesterday, and he has 3 on the offensive end, big rebounds at crunch time. And that's what we're going to need from him again today. Shamet, of course, it's going to be Shamet's on a roll. And if he can continue, like I said, if Payne or Deuce plays tonight, DeLon Wright with either Payne or Deuce, I think we'd be all right. We could unleash Shamet. I don't want to see Kolek unless we have to. We got to see Kolek, and I'm just saying, he can't guard nobody on Cleveland. He can't guard nobody on Cleveland. Okay? Nobody. I know he tries hard, but, I'm trying to be real with some of y'all that's hanging from the boys, going at. He can't. So right now, he's not ready. This is a top flight team. I'd rather not see him. So if we could get one of them 2 cats, I know JB ain't going to play, but if we can get Deuce or Payne out there today, that would help us a lot because DeLon Wright needs the help, okay? DeLon Wright can guard a Darius Garland. Okay, he can guard a Darius Garland. So, in fact, I forgot about that. So that'll help us because you can have DeLon Wright either on Garland or Strus because DeLon Wright's 6'5". You can have him on one of them 2 dudes. That's going to help us a lot. But we need some backup. So we got Precious, we got Shamet. It'd be nice if we could have a Deuce or a Payne to go with that. That would help us a lot. Not full strength, because we don't got Brunson, but we can compete. The last time we played them, we didn't even compete. They kicked our asses. So we got to have, and Josh Hart so much has said it. So we got to be ready to compete. We got to bring energy. And it's hard on the second night, back to that, when they've been sitting there for 3 days waiting for you, and they done already won over 60 games. This ain't going to be easy, y'all, okay? Pull for our boys. I mean, and you got to play the game. It is the league, so anything could happen, okay? So let's hope for the best for our boys in Cleveland tonight at 7 o'clock in Cleveland. Yeah, so that's the story, y'all. Mitchell Robinson is, he looked good last night. 14 and 14, plus 6, 2 blocks. MitchRob looked like what we need him to be. But that was Philly. Tonight is Cleveland. And we need him to be that way again. Like I said, I expect Cat to play. You're going to get your normal starting 5. If Deuce is playing, he starts. If Payne is playing, he starts. DeLon Wright will probably come off the bench unless neither of those guys are playing. I don't like if neither of those guys are playing. Like I said, Tyler Kolek's got a future. I ain't going to front, but his future ain't tonight. So let's see what happens. But good win last night. It was ugly, but we'll take it. Mikal Bridges played 36 minutes. OG played 33. MitchRob played 21. Hart played 32. DeLon Wright played 33. You would have liked them to get less, but the Knicks weren't blowing them out. Quentin Grimes kept them in the game. They were really doing well. Philly, you got to give them. They were playing with heart last night. Playing with heart. So it is what it is. So Tibbs couldn't sit them dudes until in the fourth quarter. Okay. So tough ask tonight. It is. Tough ask tonight. But let's get it done. That's all we gotta do. We gotta get it done. Let's see if we can get Deuce or Payne back. That'll be a big step in the right direction. Anyway, it's Wednesday night. You all enjoy this game. Don't get too crazy. If they lose, please, it ain't the end of the world. Please send that record out to your friends, especially your Twitter fools. It ain't the end of the world if they lose tonight. You don't need to fire Tibbs. You don't need to trade for nobody. Let's just play the game. Y'all enjoy. Shalom.